This is the Fredericksburg Neighbors Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Dory Stewart.
Welcome back to another episode of the FXBG Neighbors Podcast, where we share the stories of our favorite local brands. I have a special guest joining me today. We've got Chris Allen joining us. He is the Executive Director of Fredericksburg Main Street. Chris, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
I'm excited to dive in and learn more about Fredericksburg Main Street and what all you do. So let's start there. Share with us a little bit about Fredericksburg Main Street, its goals, and kind of the role within our community.
Sure. So, Fredericksburg Main Street is a 501c3 nonprofit, and we operate within the boundaries of the historic district of downtown. So, our whole mission of our organization is around creating a thriving downtown, and that looks like events. Probably our best known one is the Sip and Stroll of First Friday. We started that in 2021. But we also do beyond events. We have beautification projects like the Planters downtown, the Her Camp Park Love Scrub in partnership with Chip Taylor. And we also work with our small businesses on education series, networking events, and things like that. So it's really kind of a holistic approach to creating a thriving downtown.
It's so interesting because I didn't realize until the past probably year that a lot of these events are planned by you all and not by the city. So, talk to me a little bit about how you work with the city. And then, of course, there's different departments within the city. So, kind of give us an overview of how all of that works together.
Yeah, and that's like definitely a misconception that a lot of people have because you see
Hmm.
these cool events and you just go, "Oh, that's so great that our city is doing that."
Hmm.
But we do work very closely with the city. My office is actually in the visitor center, and we work with economic development and tourism. We work with the EDA very closely, and really that's because like I said, our area is just the historic district of downtown where they have the entire city they have to work
Hmm.
with. So I'm special. I only have a very small
Hmm.
area that I have to work with, but a lot of the events that we do are in partnership. For example, like we host with economic development the tree lighting every year at Riverfront Park. And so we received the grant that purchased the 30-foot Christmas tree in Riverfront Park and all the lights that go on the buildings now during the holiday season. And we're slowly expanding that every year, but that's all been done in partnership with EDT.
Okay, thank you for clearing that up for me. I appreciate it. And so you mentioned a grant. So talk to me about how you're funded and how the community and businesses can help.
Sure. So because we're a nonprofit, the bulk of our funding does come through grant funds or our own fundraising efforts. We do receive a very small portion of our budget from the city. We are in the city's annual budget every year. But again, that's just a very small portion of our budget. So community members, residents, business owners, they can donate right on our website to our organization or can sponsor our events. So we just had the flower crawl last weekend, which was a hugely successful event. This year we added the festival in Market Square that went along with it. And all of our events like that have sponsorship opportunities.
Amazing. And by receiving sponsors, then you're able to put on even more great events, which helps the local business owners and the
Yep,
economy of that area downtown. I love it.
exactly. Yeah.
So, what are some events coming up that you're excited about?
So, kicking off on Thursday, June 4th, we are launching our Downtown Summer Nights, which is a weekly series. And it's an open late campaign. We're trying to get businesses, especially retailers, to stay open later. We have quite a bit of foot traffic downtown after 5 p.m.
Mm.
And so it's really kind of geared towards that dinner crowd and still lingering downtown shopping and all of that. So we will be activating downtown with live music on the street corners, kind of like street busker
Oh.
style. And also like giant yard games throughout the sidewalks and just fun little moments throughout downtown that people can partake in, whether they're waiting for their dinner reservation or they're in between dinner walking to get an ice cream cone, something along those lines, and they can kind of enjoy downtown a little bit more. So that's this summer. It's actually June, July, and August.
That's a lot of fun. So is it going to be a weekly thing, a monthly thing? What's the
Yep. So it's
schedule?
actually every Thursday. So it'll
Oh,
be
every Thursday.
weekly.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. So it's
Amazing.
our only weekly series that we do. But that's kind of our most up and coming thing.
That's exciting. I love it. I love it. So you mentioned one misconception already. So are there any other myths or misconceptions that you want to dispel?
um, well, I mean, I think the biggest one is obviously that differentiation between what we
Mhm,
do versus what the city does, but
mhm,
also our funding. A lot of people don't
mhm.
realize that we don't get all of our money from the city and that we do actually have to go out and fundraise and seek sponsorships, donations, and all of those types of things. So, because we're independent of the city, we still have to operate just like a normal nonprofit does.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you for clearing that up. So, your job sounds like so much fun. What is your favorite thing about what you do?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, Honestly, I think my favorite thing about the job is getting to not only network with our downtown business owners and talk with them and kind of hear, anecdotally what they're going through as business owners, ways that we can help, but also meeting community members. A lot of people, like when I'm walking around downtown, they have no idea who I am, right? So,
Mhm.
but seeing them participating in our events, doing the cookie crawl or the flower crawl, and things like that, and just hearing them kind of ooh and ah over what's happening is probably the best part because I like to hear that feedback, but they're not actually
Mhm.
giving me feedback. I'm just hearing them talk on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I bet that is a lot of fun. Seeing the reactions of something you've created has to be very rewarding for you.
Yeah, it's cool.
Hmm. So, are there any plans on the rise that you can share with us, like any future, things that are in the works that you can give us a sneak peek over?
Ooh. Um, so we're working on a downtown fall festival this year.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
don't have a date yet. I'm thinking probably late October. Maybe the weekend before Halloween.
Hmm.
Um, and kind of really that quintessential like Hallmark movie fall festival. So
Hmm.
it's something that we've been talking about for a few years, and I think this is the year that we'll finally pull it off.
Amazing. I love our little Hallmark town, and what you all are doing just makes it even more special and makes it much more of a destination. So I know not only the business owners love what you do, but the community as well.
Thank you.
So, what is something that we haven't talked about yet, maybe that you wish the listeners knew about Fredericksburg Main Street?
Ooh, I think, I think it would be what we do the work that we do as an
Hmm.
organization beyond just the events.
Hmm.
People love our events, and it's a great reason to come downtown. But a lot of what we do as well, like the beautification projects and other placemaking things, are really to just kind of make downtown an environment that people want to come and hang out and maybe grab a cup of coffee, walk around. That doesn't mean you have to go shopping door to door, but just
Yeah,
enjoy being, in our downtown. And that's a huge part of what we do is kind of creating that space for our community.
amazing, amazing. So, if the listeners want to learn more about what you do, check out events, or connect with you, where can they find you?
So you can find us on our website, fredericksburgmainstreet.org. I know it's very long, but it's or on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Our handle is at Fred Main Street.
Amazing. Chris, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast and sharing Fredericksburg Main Street with us.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you for listening to the Fredericksburg Neighbors Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to fxbgneighborspodcast.com.